When I left school, I studied fashion design, so I always had a passion for clothing, fabrics, textiles, and then specifically bridal. So after school, I went on to college and I studied, and loads of my friends always wanted to be designers, whereas I wanted to be a buyer. That was always my dream. So basically what a buyer is somebody that goes out and sources dresses according to the market that you're selling to. I didn't actually start out immediately out of college and open this fabulous business. I then went overseas, and then I worked in the travel industry for a few years, and then eventually I sort of plucked up the courage and said, if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do it. So I opened my bridal business, and it was very, very small. I actually rented a little garage from a dentist in Wynberg. I think I started with like 4 dresses, and I sold one quite quickly. So yeah, it's been a long journey, and my passion has always been in clothing, fashion, and particularly bridal wear. When I look back, I'm quite surprised actually at how far I've come according to my dream. Yeah. So I didn't want to sketch. There's so many talented designers in Cape Town, particularly, and South Africa, and that was never. There wasn't really a niche market for that. There was definitely a market at the time, 10 years ago, for an area or a space for women to come and try on many different kinds of dresses and then sort of end up with a look and feel that they wanted to go for. So I think it is something that we have achieved here. So yeah, there's lots of designers and they do their thing very well, and then there's us and we do our thing well, hopefully. I would say that the industry has changed astronomically in the last 10 years. From both perspectives, from the bride's perspective, women used to come and shop about a year before their wedding. They used to come in, choose their dress a year in advance, be happy with that, and sort of come and collect it a month before, whatever the case was. With social media, Instagram, Pinterest, and all these kinds of social explosions, women, even in South Africa, which used to be quite a remote country, have options and to all the different styles, all the massive international designers, all the different looks, feels, textures that are out there. So their needs have increased. Also, most international designers bring out a new collection every single year. So each collection has about 30 styles. So your options are so much more each year, annually. So I think there are a lot of brides now that don't want to make their decision too soon because they're scared of what might come and what they might have missed out on. So the trend is definitely sort of, from a bridal perspective, a bride's perspective, a little bit later. So they come in to us maybe 6 months before the wedding, which is cool. I like that. Just to keep things fresh and to know that they've maximized all of their options. Also, a lot of women in the old days never used to get married in the winter. If you were in the bridal industry 10 years ago, in the winter you were eating tuna on toast for many months, and that's changed. A lot of women get married in the winter now, maybe because Cape Town is more dry, or it's obviously also a little bit less expensive to get married in the winter. People offer discounts, those kinds of things. So we're busy throughout the year. We never really have an off button, but it definitely slows down a bit. And from a business perspective, I think it's, in the old days you'd find all the bridal industry people would be overseas from like July to the end of August. Everybody would holiday then and take their time and have a real break. It just doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Maybe you get a few weeks break and just enjoy it. We see a lot of international clients. Some of them are sort of locals that expats that now live overseas and are still getting married in Cape Town because it's such a big destination wedding area. So that, and I think our price point in South Africa is still a little bit low, so you find a lot of international girls might even fly down just to buy a dress and fly back. So yes, we see a lot of international clients. Local designers, I must say, in the last 2-3 years have really switched it on and come up a notch. Yeah, we're really competing very internationally now. I was saying to my husband last week that it's such an interesting position to be in, because 10 years ago when I started this business, I was younger than all my brides, and they absolutely couldn't understand how I owned this business, and it definitely wasn't as big, but they always used to say to me, "Gosh, you're so young." And then I was, for a few years, very much the same age as all of my clients. It was very easy to relate to them. We were going through the same things, getting engaged, getting married, choosing dresses, and could really relate to sort of all the bridal challenges along the way. And now I'm older than all of my clients. Not all of them, but a big portion. And it's fun to just be able to look back and just to reflect on what it was like to be a bride, and just to be that little bit older. Yeah. So many of my friends and all of my staff's friends always comment on how lucky we are to be in this industry, just to deal with women in an amazing time in their life. Most of the time they're happy and excited, and it's really a sort of great environment to be in, dealing with positive, happy people all day long. Mostly, yeah, but it's great.